You're snoring too much. Okay. Hi everyone, happy new year. I hope you guys had a nice start to your year. Being that it's the new year, I thought it would be a nice time to go back to last year's wish list and see what I got, what I didn't, and a verdict on were they worth it. So first on last year's list was the Philodendron Imperial Red. So I couldn't find a Philodendron Imperial Red anywhere that was being sold. However, what I did get is the Philodendron Prince of Orange, which I think is a very good alternative to the Imperial Red. Being that I did get this someone recently, just a few months ago, and that what I actually received was a younger plant. I thought it would be a bit more mature. I can't say whether this was worth it for me. I feel like it's still too early to tell. So my verdict on this one is too early to tell, but judging from the pictures that I've seen, a mature Prince of Orange looks very beautiful. So I'm really excited to get it to that stage, but until then, the jury's still out. Next on my 2023 list was the Philodendron Billietier, and this I did get if you have seen my previous videos, and you would have seen that I have been raving about this plant because it is just so beautiful and so easy. Yes, it was super worth it for me. And just for context, when I say a plant is worth it, I'm talking exclusively for me, my experience. May not be worth it for you. So just for context when I say that. But yeah, it's a very beautiful plant, has not given me any problems whatsoever. In fact, it is absolutely worth it, highly recommended, one of the easier philodendrons out there in my experience. So 100 for me. And then next on the list was a Philodendron Caramel. So I wanted a Philodendron with this serrated edges, and I did see a caramel being sold in one of the online stores back then. However, they just never became available again. They just never restocked. But what I did get, to my surprise, what became available was the Philodendron Ring of Fire. And I'm a little bit mad about this one because when I saw it, I was just so surprised that it was available here in Greece, and it was 30 euros for a, how big was it? Like a 5-inch pot. Mind you, a few weeks later, the same plant was selling for like 20 euros. So yeah, the dramatic decrease in price. So is it worth it? For me, I guess it's still too early to tell because I did get this just a few months ago as well, around the same time as my Prince of Orange. I think we've all seen the pictures of how beautiful a mature Ring of Fire is. As such, my verdict on this is too early to tell. I'm really excited to see how it will go this spring season. And next on the list is the Philodendron Florida Green, and I did get this plant as well, and if you saw my other videos, you know I have nothing but good words for this. I love this plant. So yes, the Philodendron Florida Green, one of the easiest plants I've had, very easy to care. It's growing non-stop. I think mine just requires a little bit more light because it is, while it does continue to grow, it's a little bit leggy. I don't really mind that much, to be honest, but I'm just really happy that it's growing nice and healthy for me. So yes, super worth it for me. Next is the Philodendron verrucosum, and I did get this plant, but I got it very recently. Actually, I ordered it before Christmas and it was stuck in the mail for about 10 days. It's a very beautiful plant. I feel like I am going to love this plant a lot, but I think we've all heard how difficult a verrucosum can be, or how difficult it is to keep beautiful. So is it worth it? Time will tell. Too early to tell for me. But I already love it a lot. So we'll circle back in the end of summer and see. Next on the list last year was the last philodendron, and it's the philodendron tortum. Now this is a plant that I got, I think, around towards the end of winter or early spring. And I have to say that this is one of the more disappointing plants for me. I don't know why throughout, up till now basically, it has only given me one leaf. There are two plants in the pot that I received, and they both just gave me one leaf, and they didn't even unfurl really well. Mine just looks so bad, and I don't know why. And about a month or so ago, I just separated them into their own pots. The one I have in a perlite and vermiculite mix. So yeah, was it worth it for me? No. It was disappointing, to be honest. I don't know why. Probably just the specimen that I received, or just maybe the care that I have given it. Does it require some special type of care? I don't know. From what I have researched, it doesn't seem like it does. Pretty much the same as every other philodendron. Anybody out there with philodendron tortums that are looking beautiful, can you please tell me what is it that you are doing to make them beautiful? Because I would love to know. Yeah, but I'm giving it another chance, and I am going to see how it's going to grow this growing season. Maybe it just, needed some time to get used to its new home. I don't know. We'll see. And then next on my list was the Monstera pinnati partita. And this plant I did not manage to get because it just got never restocked. Even up to now, it's not available. So yeah, it's just one of those things. These very uncommon plants or rare plants, will they be available again? You just never know. And the next on the list is an asplenium, because I really, really love ferns. I wanted to get another one, and this one was supposed to be one of the easier ones. And I feel like it's kind of so-so. The more mature specimen seems to be a little bit struggling. I'm getting some crispy brown edges, and I don't know why, but I make sure that it never dries out, but it's still getting brown and crispy. So I don't know. The smaller one is doing fine. Was it a worth it purchase? Kinda. It's not an expensive plant by any means. So, and I really do like how the growth structure, how the new leaves emerge. It's like an eye or something in the middle, and I like watering it from the middle with my spray bottle. So yeah, that's something that I really like doing. So from that aspect, it is giving me something to look forward to when I'm watering it, at least. And the next three plants on my list are carnivorous plants, specifically Nepenthes, Droseras, and Sarracenias. And no, I didn't manage to get any of these three plants because I know for a fact that they need distilled water, which was something I didn't have available to me, but turns out I did have. Long story short, what I did, I saw Pinguicula being sold at an online store, and I decided to take a risk. I'm gonna get the Pinguiculas and see if, the distilled water from the supermarket is gonna be safe. I did it, and voila, it's perfectly safe. My Pinguiculas, I love Pinguiculas. Probably my favorite plant of 2023. It is just so beautiful, so amazing. I mean, I just love carnivorous plants. Just the idea of what they do and how they do it is very interesting to me. And Pinguiculas being one of the more passive type of carnivorous plant, And it is such an easy plant. Mine even flowered when I got this. After a few weeks, the flowers just started to emerge, and then a few weeks later it started to bloom, and it's currently in bloom. So it is so good. I love it so much. And you know, it's a natural pesticide. It's taking care of, you know, fungus gnats and whitefly problems that I have. Apparently I do have in my balcony, because I actually put them out in the balcony when it's a nice warm weather, and it turns out that there are a lot of whiteflies outside there. I think my pingicula is really happy, which makes me really happy. Next on the list was a Thomatophyllum bipinnatifidum, or also probably known as the Philodendron goldii, or was it the goldii? No, not the goldii, the Philodendron hope. I got mine from a big box store and it is doing so great. I actually have it outside on the balcony. I have a northeast facing orientation, and it's doing pretty well outside there. It just keeps on growing. I love this plant a lot. And next on my list was a red aglaonema, and no, I did not get red aglaonema. I did not get any aglaonemas, unfortunately. Although I have had a change of heart, I don't think I definitely don't want a red aglaonema anymore. So it's a good thing I didn't get one. But what I do want now is a silver aglaonema, like the silver queen or the silver bay. Next on the list is an alocasia stingray, and I believe this is my very first alocasia. And yes, I did get one, and I really like it a lot. I guess the rumors are true when they say alocasias are prone to spider mites. I was one of those people who was like, no, when I get my alocasia, it's gonna be spider mite free. I will give it the care it needs. And lo and behold, there was an infestation of spider mites. I don't know where they came from. Maybe they were already in the plant. I just didn't see it. Who knows? Anyways, I treated it. It seems to be okay now. Now I have this problem where the two leaves are like really droopy. I don't know what caused it. I don't think it's overwatering because the roots look healthy from what I can see. Coincidentally, we had a drop in temperature, so maybe it's the cold. It's reacting to the cold. Please let me know if you guys know why this is happening to an alocasia stingray. Thank you in advance if you do. But yes, I love this plant a lot. Very happy with it. And the next plant on my list was the Calathea macuyana, which I did get. I originally had it in a baby pot. I have since repotted it into a bigger one, and it is just growing. And was it worth it for me? Yes. It's not an expensive plant, being that I got it in a baby pot, and it's not a hard plant either. Totally worth it for me. The other plant I had on my list is the Calathea mosaica, or Calathea network, and I did not manage to get this plant. Were just not available to be purchased, so yeah, that's just it. And the next two plants on my list were the marble queen pothos and the Cebu blue pothos, which I did manage to get. I did get this, I think, also towards the end of winter last year, and they have grown a lot. Were they worth it? Yes. So worth it for me. I love these plants so much. The Cebu blue has grown so long. It's just growing non-stop. The marble queen is doing fantastic. It's growing nice and long. Not as long as the Cebu blue, but still nice and long. If you have seen my 2023 wish list video, I was on the fence whether I wanted to get a neon green pothos, which I did end up getting. And yeah, no regrets. I actually love the neon pothos after all. The only thing I noticed is that it's not a very fast growing pothos. Like I did get these at the same time as the other pothos I mentioned earlier. And this one is barely trailing. It is nice and bushy looking, but it is barely trailing. Like the others have like trailed so much already, but this guy is taking its good time, which is fine, I guess. I don't need all my plants to be long. I do already kind of like have a problem with like my Cebu Blue and my Monstera siltepecana being so long that I think I might need to chop this coming growing season because it's just too much. Next on my list was the ZZ Raven, which I did manage to get. I did get it I think 2 or 3 months ago, and I do love it. I actually have not watered it since I got it, and it's doing really well. Yeah, worth it. For me, it was worth it. And the other plant on my list that I wanted was the Zenzi, the ZZ Zenzi. However, I can't find it anywhere. It's also not available for some reason. So that's kind of sad because I really, really want the Zenzi. So the next time it pops up, I'm definitely going to purchase it immediately. Yeah. And then the next plants on my list from 2023 were snake plants, the Sansevierias, and specifically they're the Tiger Star, the Cylindrica Straight, the Masoniana, and the Moonshine. And out of all of them, the only one that I got was the Moonshine, which I love so much. I love it so much. And the one that I received is just so compact. As you can see, it's already bulging so much. I might need to repot this. Actually, I have to repot this. So this spring season, I will repot it. Super worth it for me. I love it so much. I would hands down recommend this, the Moonshine, because it's so pretty. And then the very last on my list for 2023 was not really a plant, but more of like a plant project, I guess. I wanted kind of like a succulent garden, like a mini succulent garden, but I kind of like changed my mind on this one. I still do want a mini succulent garden, but it's become kind of like lower on my list. What I really, really want instead is a bog garden. A bog garden with Sarracenias and Droseras would be amazing. So yeah, that was pretty much my 2023 plant wish list. Most of them I got, and for the most part, I am pretty happy, and I think they were very worthy purchases. Again, worth it for me, might not be for you. I think the Philodendron tortum was really the only plant that I was disappointed with. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Someone is very cozy in here. Okay, don't snore. Don't snore.